High mind.
Bottomless prime.
Wait, the... I don't know.
With the way everything's going, we've been talking mostly about college students. Let's talk about, a little bit more of real life and what happens. You're a 9-to-5 worker, you have a nice job, let's say you have a family, and you have, let's say, I won't call it seasonal depression, but let's say you have waves of depression. So it's not just one season. Now it's just like, it's affecting you randomly throughout the year. Like it's actual depression now.
Never mind. You answered because I was gonna say that's not seasonal depression.
Do you guys have any tips for how to handle depression?
Yeah, seek medical professionals.
Obviously.
If
Obviously.
If you need lithium, you need lithium.
Salt?
No, like the medication.
The medication.
Yeah, if you're that depressed and you need lithium, man, there's probably some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna call it crazy, but yeah, there's probably some very
No, you have some crazy thoughts in your head.
Yeah, hell yeah. With lithium, yeah. Like if you get like Prozac, all right, you're probably going through something, but it's not like lithium is kind of like, bro, lithium is crazy. Bro, lithium is crazy.
This will sound a little weird. Obviously, yeah, seek medical professional help first. But like just like natural remedies, because I'm someone who used to take a lot of medication for depression and anxiety. I'm just not for it personally. So like maybe something more natural is set some time for yourself, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to like ask, what do I want to do with my life, or why do I feel this way, and then try to recall maybe whatever emotions you experience when you're depressed, or what's the first thought that comes to your mind. Like for instance, if you're feeling inadequate, ask yourself, why do I feel like I'm not good enough or I'm insufficient? And if it's the first thing that comes to your mind is you're comparing yourself to someone else, that's just an issue right there in it yourself, because you don't know what that person's been through or what they did to be in the position that you want to be in. So, moving forward, something that helps me clear my mind if I'm feeling, let's say, like inadequate. I won't say depressed because I'm done with that. Is I exercise. So yeah, I go in the gym. It's a good way to relieve my stress and get all my endorphins going and get all that. What's that stress hormone? Cortisol. Get all that cortisol out.
It's cortisol.
Cortisol. What did I say?
You say cortisone.
Cortisol. Oh yeah, that's the stuff that goes on your toes.
Yeah.
All right.
Cortisol is
cortisol.
This is
thank you.
Stress thingy.
But what do you guys do when you're feeling, inadequate or not sufficient to kind of remind yourself or bring yourself up back to speed?
Well, the way I got out of depression is, well, most certainly not for the faint of heart. What I did was a bit extreme. I've told both of you guys.
I'm kidding.
What?
Lithium.
No.
Lithium for fun is crazy.
No, what I did was not for the faint of heart. I don't know if I can talk about it on this because it might actually, I'll tell you guys off camera because it's, I don't want people trying it, giving up, and then actually, so yeah.
I'll ask him later. So, no, I just travel. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there was a point in time, especially, actually, I still kind of, I haven't been able to do it as much during the pandemic. Well, during the semester. But usually, I'm gonna be real with you. I just travel. Like, I get pissed and I'm on my way to New York. Will seen it.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, bro. I look around. I'm like, man, I
get yourself a chopped cheese in the way.
And a Pepsi.
And a Pepsi.
You gotta make sure the chopped cheese is on cocoa bread, and you know what I'm saying, the wine would tip black and mild, but that's like for like.
Hey, what if it's on a brioche roll?
Disrespectful as fuck. Cocoa bread. What? Wait, what?
A brioche roll.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you get a chopped cheese on a brioche. Delicious.
That's like some Jewish type shit, right?
No, it's brioche is French.
It looks like the cookie, right?
That's
crazy.
Like
a cookie, you said?
No.
That bread looks like cookies.
No, you have to ask John about that. He's Irish.
Okay, I'll ask.
That was that Irish bread.
That yeah, Irish bread.
I don't know.
No chopped cheese goes with no Irish bread. What is wrong with you?
All right, we're getting off.
Hey, that's Willard. I'm Scottish, not Irish.
Nothing about bread.
You're what? Boy,
right.
What the fuck?
No, I actually am part.
Nah,
what are your
for
thoughts?
other reasons.
The IRA.
Honestly, I feel like journaling or like writing a letter. That's kind of my thought process. I feel like, especially the letter one, I'm like, whatever I'm feeling, I just write a letter to whoever or whatever is making me feel that way, and then it just gets my thoughts out. Like they go into the world, and I feel like that really is just helpful.
No,
it kind of brings me back.
Is this letter like explicit, or are you just being like super kind?
Explicit, I guess. I don't. What do you mean by that?
So like, let's say you're writing a letter to like someone who like, let's say tripped you up in the hallway or something.
Okay.
You're just like, yeah.
Are you writing a death note or
thank you.
More so like how they made me feel and if I could have a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like what I would say to them in that moment, and explain how that person hurt me or how they made me feel at the end of the day. And that if maybe depending on the person, it's like if we could have a conversation about it, we could figure it out, or if I never want to talk to you again, kind of thing.
Okay.
And I feel like that's very helpful.
Creating a scenario where if you were to like confront this person, how you would approach it, but you're writing this in like the form of a letter.
Yes.
Got you. Okay. Okay. And then I guess moving on, another question I have, since you're here, most of the time we've been having a lot of guy opinions, but I think it's nice to have a lady's opinion about seasonal depression, but also what's depression like for women? Like I know it's different for men versus women.
So me personally, I've never had depression, but I have many friends who I've spoken to that have. I feel as though realistically it's probably similar in a lot of ways, but I think the stressors sometimes can be different. Whether that be more so, I guess, like things only women can really deal with, or I guess things women go through more so in a sense, if that's clear.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I've seen like a lot of my friends like they talk about their depression room a lot. I don't know.
The depression what?
The depression room.
What?
Room?
Yes.
What?
Wait. A depression room.
Yes.
Wait. I think I know.
What do you
Hold on, let me elaborate. I feel like you have a thought. Hold on, okay.
Like an actual physical room?
No.
That's crazy.
It's like a mode.
I need to elaborate.
Like you'll sit in the room with like the lights
Hold on,
turned
let
off.
her elaborate. 'Cause
Okay.
we need to get her perspective.
I've heard this before. I've heard it before.
Okay, I feel like what you're imagining and what it actually is very different.
No, what I'm thinking is, I'm sad, so I'm gonna hide in the basement. Just
No.
Just like a room full of that's what I thought too for a second.
start, hide in the basement. No one's gonna
Just talking.
You start fights on Discord.
Nah, bro.
Let her explain.
I can show you it's not that. No, but like, okay, one of my friends, we talked about it a lot, and her room would sometimes be, she would say that like she literally wouldn't move for days. Like she would just lay in bed. Hold on, why y'all making those faces?
That's
crazy. You
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But
I'm like, it's just how it went. She wouldn't move, like she wouldn't leave. And she was not medicated at the time. I feel like that's kind of important to note. And she had other stressors in her life, but she would not move from her bed. She would stay in bed. She would just sit there. And like, sometimes when she did leave, she would have like food. She'd go get food. She'd go to the bathroom. But like, her room would just collectively just get very messy. And I didn't really see that all the time. Like, I would sometimes go over and see her, then I'd like help her clean her room. And I think me going over to hang out with her was kind of a way to help her get out of that like part of her depression. But her room would be very like, think like, you know how hoarders have like a really messy room?
It looked like the dump, is what you're saying.
In a
She's
sense,
saying like
it
a
was
Frank
like-
Ocean song. Like a tornado came around my room before you came.
Yes.
That type of vibe.
No, I know
Yes.
exactly what you're
Like,
talking
if
about.
someone like trashed the room, like that's how it would be. So I know that kind of,
The depression monster came.
in a sense. I'm like,
No,
but that's how she felt, and she just couldn't. It wasn't on her mind. That was the last priorities. So yeah.
Damn.
You know what?
I was gonna say like if for guys that I've talked to that have been depressed, which is like men don't express themselves too much, but the ones that have told me, they would literally lock themselves away for like maybe 10, 15 minutes or just go in the gym, do some crazy activity, or either get into a fight or just the worst one to me is like they'll keep it all in and then at the most random time like they'll just have a breakdown. Like when I was playing college sports, there was one kid, I'm not gonna say his name, he was very depressed during lacrosse season, and like none of us knew because he was always happy. And then just on the bus ride back after we had like a really good win,
Just broke down.
breakdown. We're just looking back like, what the hell's going on? Did he get hurt? Like, is he
Sound
have
like a banshee in the
dude? No, like wailing,
Banshee's
and we were
crazy.
just
I know.
really concerned. And then he talked to the
Really?
coach, and the coach talked to us. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but pretty much he was going through it. So, yeah, it's insane.
I feel like I don't. A lot of my friends that do have depression are women, so it's like I feel like I'm getting a very different perspective right now.
Right.
But whereas when you say that they don't talk about it as much, for me, with my experience with the people that I've known that have depression, it's much the opposite. A lot of my friends I have, they're very transparent in a lot of how they feel, and that they that they have depression and that they can't really do certain things, or they feel that they can't do that or do certain things because of it and how it makes them feel, or they express to me what is going through their mind a lot. And I feel like definitely there are things I don't know, but it's very different from how you just described it to me, and I thought that was very interesting.
The reason for that is because think of it this way: as a guy, no one really cares how you feel. So if you feel sad, who cares?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't like that, but I do know what you're talking about. It's a very different. The standard for men is more, you're not supposed to have like all these feelings, or you're not supposed to show it. I feel like that is a stereotype. I'm gonna use that word. That has been. No, that's the wrong. I feel like that's the wrong word.
It's not. It's
Yes, it's assumption that's been placed on men, whereas I think women are expected to be emotional and to like not have any control over that. And I think because of those like mindsets and those roles, that's a big part of why depression in men isn't as seen as, it's not taken as seriously, I feel like.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
also,
That's big fact.
I think part of it for onset depression is different than actually being depressed, because you can actually develop depression from being depressed. And so for men, we generally find happiness in achieving things. So, sometimes guys will become depressed because they quite literally didn't get the thing that they wanted. They didn't work hard enough to buy that car they wanted, or they were fired from their job and they can't find another job, or whatever the case may be. That's typically where male depression comes from. We're talking about onset depression. And so,
What's onset depression?
say again?
What's onset depression?
So in the medical field, onset means spontaneous. So it just happens.
Gotcha. I just wanted to clear that for the audience. Thank you.
All right, Willard.
Willard.
My name's not gonna.
Willard.
No, it is.
The
In my
14th.
phone, your contact is Willard.
Willard.
Bro,
Yes.
that name, honestly, dude, that
Makes you sound more English.
bro.
Can't even name a Willard.
No, I do know a Willard. That's why, I named you, bro. Kind of have to, but it's kind of.
You're my son. I named you.
It's irrelevant. He used to wear he used to wear a beanie with a whale on it.
What does that have to do with being? Anyways, going back to the
Also, let's get back to track.
onset depression. So, for men, typically, depression comes from not being able to, be able to do anything. So sometimes there's documented cases of men developing depression from actually not. So in the Army, they documented a lot of men became depressed because they weren't actually able to serve. So say a soldier lost his arm. He'd become depressed because he wouldn't be able to serve his country. He goes home, he's not able to do the things that he would have if he was full able and everything. And so typically, a lot of what comes from men are things that we're able to actually accomplish. And so if a man's not able to accomplish anything, let's say a man is depressed. He's just depressed. His life is terrible. He's not able to get his life together. Everything is falling to shit. And, he gets a new job, but he's depressed. And so, he gets fired because he's not able to work, because he's not working as well as he could. Well, if he can't find a way to fix that, who's going to help him?
No one. He's got himself.
Yeah, all he has is
Yeah.
himself.
Well, shouldn't he? Well, I'm gonna ask this question next, but shouldn't he or we as men seek help Like, I don't see anything wrong with just asking, like saying, I'm dealing with a problem, I can't solve it. Can you help me fix it? I feel like it can be viewed depression in the same way. But you have to take those first steps forward yourself, meaning like you have to say, put your pride aside and like, yeah, I need help, I'm going through it, I've tried things, it's not working. Like, do you have any suggestions?
I don't think that it is entirely pride. For some guys it is. Another thing is self-control over your emotions. Mm-hmm. So the thing is that when you have men that don't have control over their emotions, what do?
Lash out and they start fights, they kill people.
They lash out and they do things,
crazy shit, bro.
They do crazy things to innocent people.
Yeah.
So like, let's say a guy is, you know, he's at the edge of his wits. He's no longer able to control his emotions anymore. What he'll do is he'll just start attacking people. You know, someone looked at him wrong, punches them in the face, and then keeps punching them and keeps punching them until it makes him feel good. The thing is that men are too afraid to actually let that happen by admitting that they need help. And so,
bro, we don't even like asking for directions. Like, like, let alone, bro, ask for something for like actual mental health or something we're supposed to fix. Like, I know what you mean. Like, I just think that that's always gonna be like a thing we as guys are just gonna like probably do for.
No, hand it over.
No.
And we're on camera.
All right, don't make a scene.
You've made a
Y'all
scene.
making a scene right now,
Dude, you've been doing this for like.
I got ADHD, man. It's hard to say.
I have one. I have it too.
All right.
That is definitely not real. ADHD is not real, so I'm just being just.
Stop.
We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight, bro.
I'm good. I literally, but I got the pills right now. To prove you guys,
it's temporary. So what comes back when you stop taking it?
I'm not gonna lie, my Ordeal game kind of crazy right now.
Your what game?
My Ordeal game.
Oh, I thought we were talking about something else.
Yeah.
All right, so Ness is doing homework.
Well,
Emma, I want to know, for your friends, have they ever told you what they did to fix their depression or maybe like mediate it?
I feel like as of right now, a lot of them are still going through it.
Okay.
And it's a work in progress, if I'm being honest. Because I know one of my friends has just gotten medicated for it.
Okay.
Whereas another one is not medicated for it, but it's really odd because in a sense it's like she chooses to ignore it and go against, or she ignores it to a point where it's like it's still very much there, but if you didn't know her like I knew her, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't piece that together. And I feel like that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Is you don't necessarily know if what someone is going through and how they are feeling, but genuinely, I feel like at the moment, I don't know anyone that has figured it out, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
So,
Not even like diluted it maybe, just like brought it down?
I mean,
I know that sounds weird.
I guess the medication I think has helped a lot to a point, but I feel like also there's extra factors in those scenarios that
You can't really get into.
that don't help.
That's understandable.
So it's
Gotcha.
But yeah.
This leads to my next question. Some people can't, show that they have depression or they're dealing with it. But through everyone's experience, what can you tell if someone's going through depression? Because for the audience, I want them to perhaps realize or analyze, if they have a friend who's going through it, what are some maybe signs and symptoms that you'll say like, hey, is everything all right? And if they'll deny you, you'll know when possibly to seek help from maybe like their parent or a closer friend and like let them know what's going on.
I'm gonna sound like a very terrible person for this.
Wait, let it build up. Okay, say no.
Willard, what?
Willard. You say you're gonna sound like a terrible person. You gotta
I'm gonna sound like a terrible person for this. Wait, don't say anything. Okay, now say something.
Yeah, see?
Anyways, like I was saying, I might sound like a terrible person for this, but for the people that I've talked to that said that they were depressed, I used reverse psychology on them.
Ooh, give an example.
So,
you don't have to put their name, but at least.
What? Names?
Yeah, let's just name drop some people.
No, I said you don't have to put their name.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not a terrible person.
Like a song.
Anyways, so I had this friend. She's not my friend anymore. It's for different reasons, but I had this friend. She was fed up with everything going on in her life, even though from what I knew about her life was pretty decent, fairly decent, better than what my life was. And so she was ready to just run away from home. Run away from home and just, start a new life at the age of 16. And so I said, okay, so why haven't you done it already? And she said, what? No, I'm going to do it. I said, okay, do it right now. And she's like, yeah, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do it. It's just,
you encourage.
No, I would tell her, why aren't you doing it right now? You keep telling me about it. You keep telling me that your life is so terrible, that everything for you is just going so wrong. Then do something about it. And she just didn't. She didn't do anything about it. She didn't really want to do anything about it. And so, what I've learned from this is that for people who have seasonal depression or onset depressive episodes, or quite literally are just sad because they didn't get the thing that they wanted, it's better to let them think that they have illusion of choice in what you're trying to get them to do. So it's better to, I know I sound like a very bad person for saying this, but
it's like a necessary evil type.
So
I get what I see what he means.
Yeah.
So if you tell someone who's depressed that this is what they have to do, it might actually make them want to do something even worse. So if what I usually do is I make them think that what is going on was something that they just missed, rather than, it's something that you didn't see coming, rather than it's something that couldn't have been avoided, if that makes sense. And so you get in their head and then you make them think that they don't even want to do it.
No, that makes perfect sense. That's almost, that is reverse psychology, but also how when we all, I feel like we have rebelled against our parents, like they say, do this, and you're just like, no, I don't want to, you do something else. Yeah. That's kind of the method Takai's using, which can be very effective.
What this low key kind of reminds me of? Again, getting your ass beat so bad that you're like, I'm about to call the cops. Your mom's like, call the cops then. Next thing, that's what I think about. That shit, bro, I'd rather CBS. Straight up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather have just died before I call the cops back then, bro. Just take the L.
I get 2 weeks away from you?
2 weeks. That's crazy.
Stop. All right, but for me, I'll give a personal experience I've had. I've had a friend. He's shown very low signs of energy, so he's normally very giddy, uppity, all over the place kind of. He'll come off very tired. He won't socialize as much. He won't respond in our group chat. If I reach out, he'll give one-word answers. He's what?
Nothing.
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Definitely, I don't know.
Well, like I said, my friend, he won't seem like himself. Even the worst part, which I noticed immediately, was he starts dressing different. So normally he's very well put together, nice clothes, color coordinated. If dude's showing off with ripped sweats and food stains, and he's hair's not even made, breath kind of stinks, I'm like, bro.
Rice gum?
But no, not rice gum.
You may become a computer science major?
No, stop.
Crazy, bro.
I didn't know you liked My Hero Academia.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Y'all really need a shower, bro.
Yeah, if you're watching My Hero Academia, go take a shower.
You need a shower, bro.
You need a shower.
I showered this morning.
But you're not the average
My Hero.
Yeah, you're not.
Boku no Hero.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
You're not average fan of that kind of stuff, bro. They really need a shower. But anyway, back to what you're talking about.
Well, his hygiene falls. He's not as social, and he's almost it's almost like a 180. He's not the same person anymore, and it's not he's sick, meaning he has the flu or something. Clearly he's dealing with something in his life. So during this time, I give him space for maybe 2-3 days, and then he continues this up. I ask, hey man, everything okay? Talk to me. I'm here for you. I'm not gonna force it too much, but I'm here. I'm your friend. And then if it continues and he's still not venting to me, I'm gonna find his closer friend. If not, if I'm cool with his parents, or I'll even let a professor know. Something's going on with, Sid. That's not his name, but that's his alias, Sid. Something's going on with Sid. He's not doing well. Please check in on him. Please talk to him. You are a professor, or you're his best friend. I've done everything I can.
Do you think that really works? 'Cause I'm not gonna lie. Most people, I personally, bro, would hate that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going through it, bro. Do not get people involved, bro. Let me just go into this little cocoon, man.
Say,
like,
Sid, I need to talk to you after class.
All right, well, what if he never gets out of it? Like,
You walk up to him.
Fight him straight up, bro. And if he if he doesn't punch back, then he probably does want to die, bro. But like, if he doesn't, bro, and he starts like beating your ass,
punch him,
bro. Yeah,
bro, I don't know about bro.
That's a crazy.
You were raised in the trenches, bro.
No, don't hit your friend, but
bro,
just generally like, bro, just like
we're one up in this bitch.
Like, just think of it. Like, no, honestly, personally, bro, I don't think that really works for like a lot of people. Seriously, like, if you like, cause then people are gonna get involved in this business. I think it's like a one-on-one. Like, don't.
That's why I said
no.
No. You walk up to him and you do this. You walk up to him. Ask him what's going on. Tell him you notice that, his quality of living is drastically decreased. And you say, is there a way that you can stop what is making you feel this way? If they say no, ask them why. If they can't tell you why, then it's all in their head. It's nothing actually going on. They just feel sad.
Very direct. I like that.
You have to
be like, cause
if you beat around the bush, oh, how have you been, Timmy?
I'm saying I'm being direct nicely, but you guys are being like straight brutal. Like, I feel like in a scenario you'd say, Sid, you look like shit.
Sid,
what the hell's going on?
Sid, you smell like you fell into a pile of manure.
Bro, what the hell? Like,
some shit like that. Bro, I'm trying to be like nice to Sid.
Yo, bro.
Sid, you're scaring the hose.
Yo, that might make him snap out of it almost immediately. It's like, I don't know.
Hey, it
depends
might
on the
work.
level of it. Depends on the level of it. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think to a point, it depends on who you involve. For me personally, I feel like if I was really going through something, I'd at least want that, like, people close to me to reach out. Right. Like, I think that it depends on, I really think it does depend on the person. Like, I wouldn't maybe want my parents or a professor involved. I think that's fair. But at the end of the day, like, if I want like my at least my close people I care about to like be like, hey, what's up? Like, and even we don't even have to actually talk about it, but just to notice that something's wrong, and I think that goes a long way.
That's also something I realized. A lot of people who are depressed want people to know.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Nah, I definitely noticed that too. Where it's like I know super like might sound super fucked up, but every time one of my friends has been like depressed and they don't want to talk about it, right? It's kind of weird because I'm like, I know I might sound like I'm like a doomer, but I'm like, I don't think they're really depressed. I think they just want attention. Because like when I ask someone really what's wrong with them, say for example, I hear some things, I'm like, damn, they actually decided to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't care how like really introverted you really are. Bro, you're a human. You're a social creature. Even at your lowest point, you want someone there. Like, it's just...
Then there's me.
Nah, bro. I feel like there's a threshold, like, in every single human where they have to talk to someone, bro. Like, there's no possible way. Because, like, it's just not, man. Like, I mean, this like the real life. I mean, like, in anime, they'd be like, by myself. Gosh, destroy the whole world.
I was raised by the darkness, molded by it. You really adopted it.
Well, we are social creatures, but it's not even by like a, in-person standpoint.
By
like
design, though.
Like you said, by social media, someone could be silent in reality but very verbal online, and you get what I'm saying?
We call them Discord moderators.
Like that, like Discord.
Bro,
you could be texting
Discord
a lot more.
Moderators crazy. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, it's hard to tell when someone's depressed through texting versus like how they are in person, because it's hard to read body language.
Nah, if you know the person like close enough, you can tell.
Oh yeah,
when something is
that's
off.
What I said,
you
like
can,
one word
bro,
answers.
it is like the weirdest thing. It's like what's it called? Is that what you consider esoteric?
Esoteric.
I can never say. Is it esoteric or
Esoteric.
Esoteric. Okay, but when you know someone like, and then like I think the punctuation kind of is crazy though. Like I feel like if I text someone and like. Damn, that's like a third person anyway.
Yeah, that's a third person.
Esoteric is intended for likely to be understood by only a small number of people.
Yeah, like it's like one of those things is like, bro, if you're like a person that never uses punctuation, you're like, how are you? And they're like, okay, like punctuation. I'm like, oh man, that's crazy.
No, what's going on outside?
That vending machine is broken. Vending machine is broken.
The pressure machine broke.
Stop. So
overdose of serotonin.
Those are ways you can. Oh, that's actually a good way to get into it. What are some natural ways you can boost your serotonin levels?
work out and just like leave your house and touch grass.
Well, there's more than just.
Walks in the sun.
There we go.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to stop watching Boku no Hero.
All right, you gotta stop coming at it.
All right, no, okay, no. So I actually agree with. Also, don't play video games. Seriously, like if you're depressed as hell, do not play video games. I know it sounds crazy, but I am telling you.
Stop playing them by yourself. You need to play with your friends, and you need to get in a Call of Duty lobby with your friends, and
Bruh.
you need to relive 2005. All right.
That's a lot of toxicity. That's mad toxicity.
Hey, it's funny. All right. It's you can't lie that.
Okay, bro. So they may have been the best. Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I can't speak like that. Anyway, can say some stuff on the camera.
What everyone's trying to say is like limit your stimulation. So if you're on your phone or you're on the computer or you're like in front of a screen or what else could be very stimulating? Let's say you take like a lot of you drink a lot of coffee. Let's say you drink or take stimulants and things like that. Take a break from them. Maybe try it out for a week or a day. See how it goes, and then get right back into that reset. Because you might just have depleted your serotonin levels to so low without replenishing that you're experiencing depression. Because I'm not a genius on this, but there is a chemical imbalance that can lead to things such as depression.
Actually, I know what that is.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is you have a very low serotonin reuptake. And so it's called serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So what happens is, you guys don't really care too much about the science, but basically what happens is that there are enzymes that bind to the synapses, which are the connections between brain cells. They bind to anyway, Willard. Anyways,
You said you don't care about the science.
anyways,
Willard the Fifth.
anyways, there are enzymes that bind to the synapses that prevent the synapse from actually absorbing the serotonin. This is also seen in alcoholics. This is typically why they're depressed. In that sense, it quite literally depresses the brain from doing what it's supposed to do. But that is pretty much, to answer your question, what a serotonin reuptake inhibitor does.
Thank you. So, we're getting into the hour mark, and we're about to finish up.
Chop time.
We can get into chop time.
think
I'll express that. I'll let you know, Emma.
Chop time is wild. I'm kidding.
So, what are some ways? Let's say you or a friend is going through depression, or someone you know is going through depression. What are some tips you tell them to avoid so things don't become worse? So, Takai mentioned like, don't give in to alcohol or don't drink alcohol. That's like leading you down a downward spiral because it's only temporary and it can only make things worse if you continue to consume. What are some other ideas you'd like to share?
Honestly, that was honestly gonna be my big one. I would say, actually, like even if you're not like the most fit person, exercise doesn't hurt. Like it generally doesn't hurt. Like to like be active somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like unless if like you have like a like some kind of like, paraplegic?
Limitation.
Yeah, like some kind of
Physical
limitation. Yeah, like. Honestly, I would say exercise, to be honest. I mean, there's some people probably have creative outlets, but like I would just say exercise. Like,
Okay.
Take a cold shower for once.
Facts.
Honestly, taking a cold shower, that will wake you up.
I'd say cold.
That will snap you out of whatever you feel.
and you won't get wrinkles. Like your skin won't be wrinkly quick. Like for real.
Where's that going?
Iron out those wrinkles.
It's already no. If you already got wrinkles, it's too late. But I'm saying like that way, because people that so when people shower with like hot showers, bro, you don't realize like how wrinkly that's really making your skin like you're gonna age a little bit more. Like your skin's gonna be like more like saggy.
Saggy.
Yeah.
I think also it's kind of random, but like food, I feel like watch what you're eating, because it's like you don't realize how important.
Stop eating
like,
soy.
I don't think you realize how important like what you put in your body and how it makes you feel. So it's like definitely be like conscientious of what you're eating and how much you're eating.
Okay.
Meaning, don't eat flaming hot Cheetos.
Yes,
Yeah.
They're bad. They're bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Willard.
Whoa. I think I'm very fine with
Oh, and Arizona
my
green
diet.
tea,
Thank you very
straight red
much.
flag. Arizona green teas and the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. That's just the infamous.
Arnold Palmer or
Nah, bro, it's the
Arizona
green tea.
sweet
It's
tea.
the Arizona-
No. If you're drinking the Arizona green tea with ginger, you have some issues.
Nah, I definitely think it's the green tea and Flamin' Hot, bro. It's rest in peace. Like,
More like rest in
all right, hold
pieces.
on. All right, so are we going into chop time now?
Just about. The last thing I have to say is most important, especially for students, get plenty of rest. Like, being sleep deprived is a key way of developing depression or becoming depressed. I don't know what's the appropriate hours. I've heard 6, I've heard 8, so maybe we should just push for 7.
7.5.
Let's see.
But make sure you're getting 7.5 hours of sleep. Thank you, Takai. So an hour before bed, no electronics. Try not to eat or drink anything an hour prior, and maybe get a good stretching routine in or read a book. Something that helps you just get restful sleep so your brain isn't stimulated throughout the night.
This is what the military does, especially for paratroopers, because they're supposed to be well energized for whatever they have to do. Last thing they want is for a paratrooper to fall asleep while in mid-fall. So this is what they have you do. They have you relax every muscle in your body. You count backwards from 5. If you're not asleep by the time you count to 1, you start over. You relax every muscle in your body and you count backwards from 5. You keep doing that until you fall asleep.
I like that.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, like, genuine, that's, like, wow. Like, I could not fall. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know how to relax my muscle. Like, well, actually, nah. Like,
Become formless, shapeless, like water.
I read that book.
bro, I remember what.
That book was
No,
great.
remember one of my friends, he was riding an Uber, and he literally, like, was about to get hit by another car, like, while riding the Uber, and he just went like this. Like, right before he got hit by the car, I was just like, I couldn't get over that shit was crazy, bro.
Nothing but a bunch of ragdolls.
Bro, it's, honestly, yeah.
So now we're coming into the session called Chop Time. Emma, this is where we kind of just chop it up, talk about anything that's going on in life, any topics we want to talk about.
As
And
long as it's funny.
It doesn't have to be funny, but like it's just formulated opinions, and we do go explicit about it. So we'll curse, say
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
not
gotta
gonna lie,
say.
like, yeah, stuff can
And it's gotten pretty bad.
Stuff can go really left, and stuff can go really
But
right. Like,
for the-
people, like,
Here, it's always
people might
funny.
just straight walk away.
So for
type
this,
shit.
for the sake of time, I'm gonna put a timer off for 15 minutes. and
All
we'll
right,
keep
bet.
it at that.
Okay.
So you guys cool? All right. So
Okay.
getting into chop time, starting. Oh crap! Hold up.
We're professional.
Sorry.
here. We're very professional.
All right, starting now. Thank you. Starting with chop time. Any topics you guys want to talk about?
Why are you looking at me?
Dude,
I've done the chop time for all of the episodes.
Emma?
of
Can we
it.
revisit a topic?
We can revisit a topic or talk about anything new.
Okay, briefly. What's it called? Earlier we were talking about seasonal depression. We were talking about it in men specifically and how they actively lash out generally. In not all situations, obviously, but like
Right.
in some cases. And that they won't reach for help. I feel like we should talk about that and why is that and what can we do to change that?
Well, personally, from my perspective, growing up, I would be very, I'd say sensitive to letting people know how I'm feeling because I had that innate fear of being teased by everyone. So like in high school when I was going through it, people had already called me princess because like I would shower like after gym class or like I'd use like wipes.
They made funny for having hygiene.
Yeah.
That's
That is,
funny.
bro. That
it
they were
was-
musty. That's
that was funny.
That's the definition of musty haters.
Wait, did you
Could
come from an
imagine
all-boys
me
school?
hating someone
No,
that
I went
takes
to
care of themselves?
a public school,
Because it
both
was
boys and girls, but they call me princess.
Think-
When I
Bro.
Because like, I would have a whole like skincare routine and everything. So,
what
like,
sport? What
they-
sport did you
why.
play?
But I would clean
Basketball.
myself. I played basketball and lacrosse.
Nah, bro, you definitely have a shower, bro. When I wrestle, bro, I had like, bro, unless if you're doing golf, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But no,
Yeah.
dude, if you do any contact sport, basketball, lacrosse, wrestling, no, dude, you have to shower, bro. Don't be a musty
But it wasn't
comp sci
just
major.
that. Like it wasn't just that. There were. I'd be scared to talk about like.
Comp sci major, bro, come here and fight me.
Stop. I'd be scared to talk about my depression because I was teased, but also because I had this buildup where I thought no one would understand me, and it would just sound like I was complaining, and that was probably just preconditioned from me like growing up. I was never really said like express yourself, Will, talk to me, let me know how you're feeling. It was more so like, all right, Will, you got to do this. Oh, you're feeling that? Take a break, come back to it. So I never got the correct guidance to really express my feelings without taking it out either sports or like someone who would purposely try to like trigger me.
I got some supporting words for you, Will. Whoever was hating on you for that, bro, they're musty. Bro. Anyone that's makes fun of someone.
They're a real man. They're a real man. Don't take a shower.
I'll say one thing.
Bro.
It was extreme because like people call me princess not only from that, but like my grandfather used to take me to get like my nails and toes done like every 2 years.
That's
So
kind of
I was coming to school. I was coming to
crazy.
school with like the gel nails, and that was before it was a trend. Before that was an actual trend, I started that shit.
But they're adding the zest. His grandfather added the zest.
Like, yo, shout out Will, you know what I'm saying, man, I love you no matter what, man. You know, like that's crazy. Like,
Bro.
I mean, like,
It's pretty zesty.
Nah, always just clean.
no,
I smell like Dove.
bro, I think
That's why they called you princess.
If you would have said shea butter, bro, it would have been like, I knew it.
It smelled like cocoa butter, bro.
I got the men's soap, so
I almost sided with them, but then I realized they're musty for hating on you for taking a shower. That was crazy.
I almost, you said you smell like Dove, bro. That's why they called you
I don't care what
princess.
y'all say. Dove slaps. I want to get sponsored by Dove.
It tastes interesting.
You tasted Dove? Wait, no, they have. Weird topic. Why does Dove have chocolate and soap?
Oh.
Is that weird?
I think.
No, I was talking about the soap.
It's the same brand.
It's the same brand.
Same brand.
That's
The only reason I know what it tastes like is because when I was showered one time, because I went over to my friend's house, and all he
no
had was
accident.
Dove. No, I washed it in my hair thinking it was shampoo, and it got in my mouth.
Okay. Valid. But
So, what?
I was gonna say, going back to Emma's question, because she was asking why do men like lash out, or how should seasonal depression in men be addressed?
The reason why men lash out is because typically their first response to any problem is either smack it a bunch and hope it works.
Honestly, that and,
I mean, how many people did you see out there just punching the vending machine?
That's true, but
The first response is to smack it a bunch, figure out if it
That's
works.
because it's a vending machine.
it's not giving it more than once.
no, I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, I get where you're coming from, because I mean, of course, you know, depending on the issue, you're not gonna smack it, you know what I'm saying? But like,
If you have a problem with someone, what are you gonna do?
Communicate.
I guess
Will-
communicate.
Will- Check it out first.
Willard, no.
Unless we're talking sports, sure, I'd be. very
You're gonna
aggressive.
check his ass.
Yeah, if it's like sports-wise and I'm having like a really bad day.
You're gonna check his ass.
But that's a time to be physical. That's exercise, contact,
Willard.
competition. Is how I channeled my anger.
If I upset you, if I made you feel uncomfortable, what are you gonna do?
It's kind of stop.
No, you're gonna push me away.
your hand-
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna
I'm not
get.
gonna slap
No,
you.
you're gonna get physical though.
All right.
That's no.
yes, but not
That's.
aggressive.
I'm answering her question.
Okay.
So if you're having a bad day and I upset you, let's just say like I touch you on the shoulder, you don't want anyone to touch you. No,
Yeah.
you're not gonna go.
What the?
You
You
gotta
just
go.
did that. That was crazy.
You gotta do that.
Like,
I know. But I was trying to be
no,
dramatic.
but I think her question was like, why do we not like
Express
like
ourselves
what?
better.
Honestly, I
We're
just
raised
think
not to.
Yeah, we're raised not to. Like, it's just like a normal thing. Like, cause I guess it comes from like maybe like people's experience in the past. Like, think about it. Like our dads probably were like, nah, no one cared for their problems, and it was the way it's always been. Like the way it's always been.
Well,
and
I can tell you why. The reason why is because you don't want men that are too deep with their emotions. Because if you have a man that's deep with his emotions, he's being dictated. Everything he does is dictated by it. And the
No,
less-
I can see what you mean because bro, if you realize like emotional men, bro, like if you really start looking at them, bro, they're kind of scary because they become so unpredictable that you're like, yo, I could have a conversation where like we're just joking around and it could be like, yo, what you mean by that?
Yeah,
like,
the next thing
like,
he
I
does
always
is he
joke
pulls
by
out
that.
a
Like, bro,
gun.
I grew up in the city, bro, and I could tell you, like, I kind of like realized like a lot of the dudes around me were emotional as fuck, even though they were like beating people's beating people's
That was why
asses
they
and
were
stuff.
beating their
But
asses.
I was like, okay, cool, man, you know, they're doing the thing. I'm like, yo, it is what it is. Like, but I always thought it was so cool, like that's like masculinity. But then I started realizing, like, hell no, bro. Like, oh, that dude just got got flow barred. Like, he got floored for no reason. Like, damn,
Yeah, he looked at me
bro
funny.
was having a seizure,
What's
and he made the bus late. I'm sick.
Like emotional men now. Like
I feel like there's emotional and then there's like emotionally intelligent. Like if you can like understand and like communicate and express how you're feeling, I think that is very important in general, just for any person. But I feel like if a man is emotional, I think that, like you said, I feel like it's unpredictable. I don't know what I'm gonna get when I'm talking to this person, and in a sense, it's dangerous. Just not just because they're a man, but like as a woman, it's more like I don't know how to take that person. I'm like, I don't know if I need to avoid them, or if I need to make sure I can be around them, or if I can't have to remove myself from the situation. So I feel like that's kind of why I was bringing it up. It's very interesting to see, whereas, because you said like that men tend to lash out, and I think it's rooted, like how you said, based on like parents and how it's kind of the expectation, but it's like I think that needs to change so that we can have these conversations and come to an understanding about how like that a man expressing his feelings isn't wrong, and it should be allowed. It should be okay to express that because you are human. You feel things.
Thank you. That made me feel good.
I mean,
I'll be trying to like express myself the most explicit way possible, but there's moments where I feel like maybe it's because of how I was raised. I'm saying, I'm saying too much. I should probably shut up now. But it's like I feel this way. You should probably know how I'm feeling right now.
I mean, I think it's just, I guess, being direct. Like, if something's upsetting you, like, just say it. And then it's like, just don't be like, oh my God, like, I'm so, like.
I'm gonna fix it.
Why your hand shaking?
Why your wig move?
Why your wig move? So fact, trade rags, legend.
What are you trying to get into?
It's actually like this. What you trying to get into? God, I hate that accent, bro. I like that this so well. Too.
Wow.
Tuesday.
Does anyone else have any topics you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, Flamin' Hot Cheetos and green tea is just that's a toxic person snack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Willard, we need to get you to stop eating Flaming Hot
Coming at every
Cheetos.
person who goes to a gas station, damn.
But
For someone who absolutely
think
hates soy, why are you eating Flaming Hot Cheetos?
There's no soy in Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
That doesn't matter. Do you know what is?
But let me tell you something. Watch the
made of
people that
nothing
really
but-
eat that combination. Just really start watching them.
You never think like sweet and
See why you're laughing?
It's like
exactly. See,
it's a good mix.
no, bro. You don't even. The thing is, you don't drink green tea. Arizona green tea. You see,
I have.
You only had the
Once
Flamin' Hot
price went up, I
Cheetos,
stopped.
bro.
No, what?
It's like $1, like 09. It's not
No, that's
No, bro,
because
it's not
you're
that
going to
fast.
the wrong place. Arizona sweet.
Delaware?
No, Arizona teas.
Yeah.
You know the large ones.
Yeah.
They said that they're their flag. That's their flag product.
Yeah.
That they're not going to raise the price for them. So wherever you're
I
going,
used to get the cans.
They're playing,
yes,
bro.
they're scamming
plastic
you.
bottles.
No, they're scamming your ass.
Oh.
The bottles are different, but the can
I
teas.
feel like by giving you this knowledge, we're gonna encourage you to get a green tea with hot
I know,
Cheetos.
watch
I'm
people
like,
up
I
with
feel
some
like this is
green tea.
No. If Willard gets green tea and hot Cheetos, I'm slapping him.
Oh gosh.
Wait. Wait. Yo, Kip.
This
Wait,
is
hold
not
on.
related to food.
Wait. Nah, I was gonna say, cause I was thinking of a topic.
Just say it. Just say it.
Is it funny?
It's yes, but it's also kind of serious.
Just say it.
Okay. So Emma, you're talking about men lashing out. Why do women lash out, or like when they're going through some feeling? I feel like there's moments, forgive me here, where women will express themselves too much to where like me as like a man, I will not understand what the fuck's going on. Like I'll really have like an error 404 and be like, yo, what do you mean like I left the stove on? Like that's
It's a
not what we're
build-up.
talking about.
It's a build-up.
Yeah.
Because I think in a sense for women, we can talk about things with certain people, but we internalize a lot of that. We kind of take like, oh, that this person did this, and this. I'm like, I feel like I expressed that I wanted this fixed and they didn't fix it. So that little thing is like, okay, that's really frustrating. And then they don't go back to it sometimes. And then again, something else happens. And then they just like, they deal with it, they handle it to the best of their ability, but like it might not fully be resolved, or the actual root problem isn't addressed. And that leads to like you said, the stove not being turned off or whatever. That's the thing that sets women off, I think, in a sense. And it's just, yeah.
Okay. She just unloads the clip fully.
So
No, the mag. It's a mag,
Stop.
Nico.
wait, I have a question. So if you say like you just hold
This is a mag.
If you say you hold things in and until like it snaps, then if you're not opening up, then why should we open up?
Okay, I think
Ooh.
I think it's different in a sense because I think the expectations are different, but I think women do open up in most cases, but not always to the correct people. For example, I have a friend that I'm no longer friends with for reasons, right? But she had situations with, like, she had an issue with me, I didn't know she had an issue with me. She then expresses it to other people that there's an issue. And that's kind of, I think, how a lot of, not all women, but a lot of women kind of handle things. They express it to certain people, and then sometimes they'll direct it back to the person they actually have a problem with. And I think that's kind of where just good communication skills are, and like it takes practice. But at other times, I feel like it also leads to the lashing out, where it's like we always communicate to the correct people, and that causes an issue in itself and makes problems. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted, I just kind of like wanted to like address that, because I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess we should all just open up.
No,
I don't know.
No, because you know why you should open up, Willard?
Why I should open up?
No, you shouldn't.
Why I shouldn't open up?
Well, depending on to whom, but you know, you know what's going on for you currently. If you start opening up now.
That's a good question. Sorry, Emma, you're our first female guest, so we're asking you questions because we need a woman's opinion. All right, so you're talking about like me and
Don't say her name.
I won't say her name. Okay, so nice lady I'm talking to. Takai's saying starting off, I should not open up to her immediately.
Or much at all regarding your issues.
Okay, your thoughts on that?
How heavy are the issues?
I don't think I have any issues that are that heavy. Maybe
Okay.
like, I don't tie my
I
shoe or
think-
something.
Here. Tell me.
Hold on.
What? I don't
No, because the thing is, I don't want him putting this on the podcast and then her looking at the podcast.
Be like, yo, that's me.
And then just like instantly not being.
We'll keep it very vague. I don't have any issues then. I'm pretty like good with how life is. I'm handling it on my own. It's nothing that like she needs to get involved in. But, like,
think
for that situation is what we're trying to say.
I feel like it depends on, clearly, I think, what the issues are, what you think you need to talk about. But I feel like with relationships in general, you should start it slow, because I feel like over time you'll kind of see that person. But I think it's okay to kind of share, like, oh, that I'm dealing with this right now, so I might be a little distracted, but like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's always like a certain level of, or certain things are like should be shared in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's like you're not getting too deep, but you're still like giving yourself more off.
Yeah.
Mystery, but you're giving yourself a piece of that. How do I say this? You're giving a piece of yourself to that person that you're not giving to the public.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fine line, but like.
What are you trying to get into?
Like, I don't know.
What? If you have a thought, say it.
Nah, man. I personally don't think you should like open up, just in case they think you're like, man, this guy's a crybaby. Like, God, I can't stand him.
Well,
Especially since they come from Princess in high school.
There's a difference. Oh shit. There's a difference from crying and like opening up.
No, I get that, but like depends. Like, cause some people, bro, when some people open up, and they open up, and you're like, man, shut up.
It's the floodgates.
Like, what do you mean? Like, no, dude. Like, I definitely ran into like some people that are just like, and like some women that are kind of like, damn, you got a lot of man shit blocked.
I'm like, I know what you mean, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like that might be the problem with that specific person. Like, there might be some unresolved issues they have, because it's like, I genuinely like think like people that are like able to become emotionally intelligent and like have like a good like sense of themselves and like who they are and communicate, like are good at communicating their feelings, they won't put you down in a sense because of what you're going through. And even if you're just friends, like your friends in general, I don't think they should put you down for certain things you're going through. So I don't know. That's my thought process.
That's a good
Willard.
I don't put people down.
No.
So
Willard.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to like, I guess it might differ, like really when it comes down to like guys and girls, like how like we help each other up. Usually when something happens, as long as it's not like a death or something like, yo, like
We'll make fun of each other for
like
it.
say for example, if I got broken up with and I'm down, they're gonna be like, yo, you know, you can, you know, pick your crown up or something. Actually, no, they won't say no. They'll be like,
we will roast the shit out of you, bro. Say, how the
roast
fuck did you fumble that up, bro?
Like the roast session is a must. Like you have to get roasted. If you broke up, like especially, I guess if you fumble it yourself, like now I think it's even worse if you fumble it. If you did something to kind of end up in this situation, you gotta get roasted. You get roasted regardless. Like say for example, like you did something to get broken up with.
Okay.
And that's almost an automatic roast session. and if you just get like broken up with, it's kind of like you still get roasted, bro.
Yeah, you get roasted regardless.
Is that where men and women differ? Because I feel like for men, like we'll like
bro, but we laugh about it, bro. Because the thing is,
it'll be like a fun game, but I can't see like women doing that. Yeah,
they'll make fun of each other behind their back.
I'd like be in tears. It would
no, it won't be to the. It wouldn't be to their
shambles.
face.
No.
So Emma, am I wrong? Emma, am I wrong? They won't make fun of each other to their face. They'll do it behind each other's back.
I think depending on the situation and your friends, but if
No,
my
like,
friends
let's
making
say-
fun of me like that behind my back, they're not my friends.
No, let's just say like you broke up with your friend. No, not with your friend,
Yeah,
but like
I got you.
you broke up, and you tell your friends about it.
Mm-hmm.
Your female friends are probably gonna talk behind your back about what might have happened.
I mean, okay, I kind of get your thing. I don't think they might talk about the situation. I feel like generally, if they're your friends, they might talk about the situation and be very transparent with each other. Like, oh, I don't think that she was right in this situation, like by doing this, this, and this. And they might not say that directly to her, especially because she might not receive it well. But I don't think they would like talk about it like necessarily in malice. Especially if they're if they're genuinely my friends, but I don't know. That's just me.
If not, I'm just gonna write that note.
No, for real.
I think it's because I've noticed that like maybe with like women, you guys protect your feelings a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to guys, like I'm telling you, like one time I got broken up with, so it wasn't. No, I was broken up with, but like the reason for it was kind of like not my fault. But like when I think about it, like as like a dude, like probably was my fault. But it wasn't like anything like I did something wrong. It's just like I just wasn't him, I guess. So anyway, I go to my boys and they're like, boy, wow, like look at him, bro, look at him, he crying, bro, this bitch fucking someone else.
This bitch
look at
crying
him,
on camera.
Yo, he being juice world, bro. She ready with a whole nother dude. Look at him. But honestly, nah, I needed that. So I mean, it didn't. I wasn't in shambles. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little key in shambles. I was ready for everyone, but like I needed that. Like
With that one emo kid ready to just.
Yeah, kind of. No, I was like, I was kind of like, man, like, because the thing is, they was roasting me on stuff that I was kind of like, okay, seeing it from the perspective, I'm like, that is kind of funny though, but like, no, not by her like fucking another guy, but like, like low-key, like kind of like how it went down.
My friend, bro, what happened when my friends found out that I was cheated on?
It wasn't nice.
Bro, let's just say I didn't get the end of it until, I still haven't got the end of it, bro. My friends, they won't let me live that down, and I'm actually glad that they won't.
Yeah, like I feel the same way. Like, so what do you mean like live it down? Like, I mean, it gets to a point where they eventually just stop talking about it, but like usually like, nah, actually you're right. They'll never let you live it down because you'll be joking and they'll be like
no, like you start roasting your friend and they like, didn't your girlfriend cheat on you?
Then you get cucked or something like that. I'm not saying like him getting cucked, but like like usually when you get. But like honestly, that's kind of funny. Like at the end, like we can laugh about it. Like we can laugh about it at the end. I've noticed that like with my sister, like and her like group of friends, dude. If she said that, I feel like my sister probably beat someone up.
It's like when I say one number.
No, because she probably be like, "What you mean by?"
Like when I say
and it
one
just gets worse. Like dudes, we
you.
like kind of laugh about it because it's kind of like
Yes.
Don't say that.
It's kind of it's not as funny getting cheated on, but the thing is, it's like we're like. We are emotional about it, but it's kind of like we look at it and it's like, okay, well, yeah. But I noticed that like with my sister, like her friends, they're like kind of like, what do you mean? Like, and then they just start getting real personal. Next thing they fighting.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely different for women. Like, I don't know. I feel like for me personally, I'd be in shambles for a minute. Like for a hot minute.
I love that word.
No, I do. But like at least for a minute, depending on the situation. But like. Once I get over it, I'm over it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like I
be like that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of just the
I said you have to be like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I think that's kind of just the how it goes.
Yeah, like I was just. Nah, I definitely think it's really like that though. But like I don't know, man. I definitely got some roast I'll never like live down. Still think about them from time to time. Whenever I'm down, I'm like, you're right.
I think it's a chapter in life we all need. We all need that humiliation to kind of break us down.
You gotta get humbled, bro.
We have to build ourselves back up.
One of the few things in this world that can actually humble me.
Oh, breakups?
No.
What? Oh, okay. We'll find this out afterwards, but
Calling the cops.
we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you all for coming. This was a great talk about seasonal depression. Emma, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So finishing out, we're going to end with some closing words. For those who are listening, just remember, you matter. You are always important, regardless of who says anything about you, because at the end of the day, you are your biggest priority. So before you decide to take on a task or responsibility or any endeavor in life, make sure you're okay first, because that way you can handle anything. Anyone else like to say anything before we end?
Yeah, drink water.
2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen.
2 hydrogens, 2 oxygens.
H2O2.
No, sir. That is 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen.
No, 2
I almost
hydrogens.
tripped out. It's dihydrogen monoxide.
No, I'm talking about 2 hydrogens, 2 oxygens.
I don't know what element that is. What that is.
You're evil, man.
It's peroxide.
Peroxide, bro.
All right. Drink water. Thank you for listening. Piece by Piece. This is episode 10. Please follow us on social media and YouTube, coming very soon. Piece by Piece. PeaceBipiece.
Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. Peace.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. One more audio clap so I can end this video. 3, 2, 1.